olwampise okubeera omugenyi omukulu ku mukolo guno ogw'okulonkinga akatabo kano. Sexual harassment is a real inferno. I therefore take the honor and privilege of launching this book and launching Project Sexual Harassment is a Real Inferno. Therefore, the need to mobilize our resources to fight it. The book is launched. Thank you so much. Page with the penal code. Na yimwe ni mwolesebwa nti amaanyi gaffe n'ebirowoozo byaffe katubiteeke ku kizibu kino ekya sexual harassment. Mu Luganda, sexual harassment nyinza okugamba kwe kukabasanya omuntu omuwala oba omulenzi olw'obutonde bwe ng'olina ebirowoozo eby'obuseegu gy'ali. Okukabasanya omuwala oba omulenzi oba omukazi oba omusajja olw'obutonde bwe naye ng'ebirowoozo byo bya buseegu gy'ali, ya sexual harassment. Era nga Igg Zainabu bw'atugambye okukabasanya okwo kukolebwa mu bigambo ne mu bikolwa. Engeri gy'otunuulira omuntu, engeri gy'oyogera naye, n'ebirala bingi byonna biri mu sexual harassment. Naye nga kiva ekikulu mu society kiremesezza abantu abamu okweyongera mu maaso, ate abalala ne kibakosa nnyo. So that evil in society yeetaaga amaanyi ag'enjawulo. Kakati mega vision nammwe muvuddeyo kuteekako ettaffaali lyammwe, mwebale ettaffaali eryo. This country has a sexual harassment policy in Uganda. Era Igg Zainabu atusomeddeko ebimu nga the employment sexual harassment regulations ezabeera ordered by government zigamba nga mugenda mu butale nammwe abalina institutions awali abantu abangi, etteeka ligamba nti buli employer akozesa abantu abasukka mu 25 kimukakatako by law okuteeka ekiwandiiko ekinene requires the employer to adopt a written policy against sexual harassment. Era n'okukiwandiika waggulu buli muntu amanye nti gano ge mateeka nebiteeka. Era buli employer bino byemu bye munokola ki okugenda nga musomesa abantu nga balondoola nti waliwo etteeka eryetaagisa buli mukozesa aweza abakozi 25 okubeera ne written policy against sexual harassment. Kati kinkakatako nange nga Igg okumakinga sure nti etteeka eryo liteekebwa mu nkola. Buli muntu alina abantu abasukka 25 njagala okulaba policy yo against a written policy eya kikampuni yo engeri gye munakwatamu okukabasanya abantu olw'obutonde bwabwe nga olina ebirowoozo eby'obuseegu. Era amateeka mangi. Line ministry yammwe oba yenteekateeka eno ye Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. Kyakusaanirwa nti Igg Zainabu agambye teyafuna kwanirizibwa na kuyambibwa bwe yagendayo. Simanyi obadde agamba minisitule yennyini. Naye kino ekisanja Pulezidenti yakirangiridde kiri kyali kyakuna mukyezo, naye kino tekigenda ku tolerating corruption. ezimu ku nvunula za corruption bwe butakola buli gw'oteka okukola ki okukola ate nga bakusasulirako sente z'omuwi w'omusolo. That is corruption. N'olwekyo omuntu agenda mu ministry n'atafuna buyambi naye alompe case of corruption nti nagenda nesikola ki kubanga ministry bagiteekawo ne bagiwa sente nnyingi ne bagiwa obuvunaanyizibwa. Sexual harassment abantu abamu bagambye nti waliwo abagiprovokinga ng'oyisa mu nnyambala embi naddala abasajja boogera nnyo ensonga eno nti abakyala beereetako obuzibu olw'okwambala obubi. Kaakati abakyala naddala bano abapromotinga women emancipation n'omwenkanonkano nabalabako program yali ku TV olumu nga mwana omuwala asituka ng'agamaze eddembe lyange okwambala nga bwenkola ki nga bwenjagala. Kaakati bwe mba nyambadde nga bwenjagala gwe kitegeeza nti ojja onkwate. Omwana omuwala ng'omuzadde nempulira ki nempulira ennaku ne Bayibuli egamba Luka essula 17 nti ebyesittaza tebibulawo naye zimusanze akola ki abireeta kiryose bamusibe olubengo mu bulago bamusuule mu nnyanja. Yesu yennyini yakikola ki yakyogera nti ebyesittaza tebikola ki tebibulawo naye zimusanze akola ki abireeta kiryose asibibwe olubengo mu bulago asibibwe mu ki nnyanja. Kitegeeza nti takoomawo akole ki asigalireeyo ddala okusinga okwesittaza abantu. Kakati Bayibuli bwekola ki egamba kati ababuzaabuza abaana abato nti ddembe lyo it is your right okwesittaza omuntu era baba banamenye beesittazzaaki beesittazizza abaana abato. Naye newe tukkiririza mu Bayibuli at the end of the day omuntu oteekwa okumanya vulnerability yo.
So rather, we are not only launching the book, but we are also launching the project. The project is sexual harassment awareness. It's not only the book, this is because we have other products, Ebidaga awareness, about the awareness. So it's not only the book, we have other products. Now, our background as Megavision. Megavision is a community-based organization that was started in 2018 with the objective of empowering less advantaged people in the community and advocating for their rights. Equal treatment at workplaces and in the general community is a right under the 1995 Constitution as amended of the Republic of Uganda. The Employment Act and other policies prohibit discrimination against anyone on grounds of sex, race, color, tribe, religion, socioeconomic standing, political opinion, or disability. Now, to address the challenge of sexual harassment, the Ministry of Health developed guidelines on the prevention and response to sexual harassment, but the guidelines only apply to medical practitioners in public and private sector. They have nothing to do with the common people. Now, the realm of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is a type of sex or gender-based form of discrimination involving unwelcome sexual conduct or pressure in the workplace, schools, general community, and in the family. The law provides protection against such a conduct and it applies to both men and women. Schools, markets, borders, taxis, trading centers, and villages are places with high concentration of common people and thus the seat of sexual harassment. The advent of the COVID-19 pandemic has seen increasing levels of the vice, especially in the family, due to the lockdown. Many more problems have cropped than can be imagined. Now, the problem at hand. The government policy on sexual harassment 2018 mainly addresses issues to do with employees at the workplace and has no provision at all for the common man who continues to suffer silently but painfully. When Megavision tried to reach out for partnership and support from the line ministries, there was absolutely negative response received. The lower cadres are not effectively reached with information and supportive programs on sexual harassment and continue to immensely suffer with severe efforts to community harmony. Even where some cases have been reported to authorities, the social injustice meted out to the poor man cannot be measured by any scale. Bribery, intimidation lead many to lose or abandon the cases. Many students, boys and girls both, are not willing to return to school due to the sexual harassment experienced during the lockdown. Now, what is the response? The response of Megavision. Now, in order to address the sexual harassment problem to the most vulnerable masses, Megavision has taken up the following steps. We have sought out and made some partnerships with the following groups: the women organizations, the border riders, taxi drivers, market vendors, schools, and so on. We have written and published a book. This one, Sexual Harassment is a Real Inferno. It's a precise book, but understandable. Because you all know our reading culture is not good. So if you write something big, you will read it for yourself. Then we have created a Facebook page in the name Sexual Harassment is a Real Inferno, with now over, it's now over than 3,000 followers. And this is international because we have followers from all over the world. We have developed information, education, communication, that is IEC materials like calendars, t-shirts, posters, flyers, and so on. For those people who cannot read the book, for those people who can go to Facebook and do other things. So we have composed and produced a song on sexual harassment. I think you heard it. Now the call to action. With the escalating of sexual harassment, especially amongst the common people, Megavision wishes to draw the attention of government and the rest of the community to the following issues. As many people as possible should join us in this campaign of taking information and support interventions to the rest of the vulnerable sectors of our community as listed above. The government should raise up and support Megavision as well as other bodies that have a direct role to play with the economy, with the common people. It's our request. Then massive distribution of the book published by Megavision, that is Sexual Harassment is a Real Inferno, should be supported. And then the book should be translated in several languages. Then the production and distribution of the IEC materials in local languages should be adopted and supported by government and all people of goodwill. There is also a big counseling gap that should be filled by a vibrant community or family office that receives and handles sensitive sexual harassment issues from a counseling and guidance perspective.
May peace and blessings of God be upon everyone here. We welcome you to the launch of sexual harassment. As you can see on our pull-up, the whole information is here, the mission, the vision, the aspirations, and the earlier works of Megavision. I'm called Nantume Aisha. I'm the president of Uganda Muslim Women Vision. Uganda Muslim Women Vision is housing Megavision. Megavision is a CBO, and Uganda Muslim Women Vision is an NGO. So we are putting our antennas to Megavision so that it can go far and wide. As a CBO, it is only mandated to operate within Rubaga Division. But when it is affiliated to us, then we can move to the whole Uganda and maybe the world at large. So we are here to make a cause. We are here to support them in this cause of sexual harassment. We are here to help them so that this voice, this message can go deeper. It can go around the world, around Uganda. So this one, we are not only launching the book, but it's a whole project. It is a whole project. It involves a lot. We want to go to schools and talk to the girls and talk to the boys. We would like to go to the marketplaces. We would like to go to the taxi drivers and the passengers at the same time. And the problem we are having with other campaigns is that they remain boardroom. And maybe they go WhatsApp, they go Facebook, at your muntu wa wansi. remains without any option. So Mega Vision is wanting to go down. So because we have the manpower, we have the youth, we have everybody on board, and as we use the channel of Uganda Muslim Women Vision, we think we are going to reach far and wide. Our constituency are all people. So we are not specific that only ladies, only gentlemen, or what. So our constituency is big as Mega Vision. So we'd like this awareness to go on the radio station. Now we have the media. We thank you so much for coming. We know the message will go far and wide, so that we awaken, we rejuvenate this sexual harassment issue. No get a count. Bana sexually harassed, it leads them to drop out of school. One of its effects. For example, twina stereotypes. Abagambo bomchala ine mbaliga oba bitege ali bwati ne bwati kati abana bwe bakutuma amanyi. Sometimes they call them kabali babasaze konti kabaliga. But when you are going to say an answer ngawaga ha kabali, so you will feel inferior. You will be depressed, you will be isolated, and it can even lead to suicide. It can lead to abantu kunywa ebiragalagala ngoma miwagambe wano munamala kugamba toyina waka. You will do everything to prove her wrong. You will go with many women. You will try to take drugs so that you become very strong. You try to produce very many children so that people can prove that you're in a work. So this sexual harassment can really lead to disastrous effects, and to students it's worse. Now we know that most of our students, not most but a very reasonable number, they don't want to go back to school. So how is this project, how is this awareness going to help them? You know, most of them have put on weight, and they think now they are mothers, they are not fit for school. So we have to go and sensitize them. We have to tell them you are still important. We have to tell them you have the potential. This weight doesn't mean anything. Our boys have grown beards, and they are in S2. They are supposed to be in S4. So what should we do so that they are not affected by this sexual harassment? And you know our environment is all sexualized. There is hypersexuality. Everything is attached to sex. So you'll find that our children are not going back to school because of those housemates. This harassment takes many forms. It can be verbal, it can be physical, it can be online. You see online how they can bully you, okay, how they can nag you, and you feel like you are not posting any other thing. So please, as we come up with this sexual harassment, what is our call? We are calling everybody, we are calling the governments, we are calling funding organizations. So please come and we join hands so that we can take it further. So that this message can reach Kumuntu Wawansi. So that everyone can be sensitized. So that we can increase our self-esteem, to feel your self-worth. Okay? So we are created because God wanted us to be. And they say we are in His image. So can we give that message to our children so that they can raise their esteem? So in our Islam, God says, "Fi ayyi surati ma sha'a rakabak." In whatever form you wished, He surely created you. So whether you are short, whether you are tall, you didn't apply for it. Okay? So you did not apply to the way you are looking. It's fi ayyi surati ma sha'a rakabak. In whatever form He wished, He surely created you. So our physical appearance should not in any way belittle us in our potential, in exploring our potential. So please, can we...
It's very important because it is real. It is real, it is happening. And it's happening, and we have to take charge of what's happening because the future is in our hands. Ekiriwo is kitukakatako ng'abazadde first and foremost. Okulaba tusomeseza abaana baffe engeri y'okwambala ku banaku zino. Olaba abaana abawala engeri gye bayambala ogamba la ilaha illallah kino kiki. It's very unfortunate. Ne ku masomero very unfortunate okulaba ne ku masomero some of us abazadde ennyambala yaffe nayo mbi. Waliwo somero ezimu zirina leesu ku gate. Mubadde mukimanyi? bw'ogenda ku ssomero nga omuzadde ayambadde bubi bakukwasa ki leesu. It's very unfortunate. Why do you wait for that to happen? Era nabuuza sikaali lwaki omuwadde leesu yenkola ya ssomero eno oba nagamba we are trying to teach our children how to dress. Nekisooka kuffe as parents tuyigiriza abaana baffe how to dress. Naffe as parents to dress, to be an example to our children. Kubanga ekiriwo abamu mutukema mu nyambala, munansonyi mutukema mu nyambala, and that's why what happens? Sexual harassment. That's what happens. You might see, I'm Uhuru here, I have my workers, dress code. If I'm alone, it's all upon yourself. How you take yourself, how you respect yourself. The moment you respect yourself, you know your dress code is indecent, those are the consequences.
Something is good for a community, because the government has failed to help or to do what it's supposed to do in some areas. Sensitization is very key. Now in this period of lockdown, sensitization is very, very key to make people strong in day-to-day activities. Because people are suffering down there. Those who haven't been able to visit communities, people are really doing bad. Unemployment, because sexual violence comes to unemployment. When people are, when women or young girls can't afford a number of things, they end up in this problem. It's not about dressing, sometimes it's about poverty. I wish the government of Uganda must come up with a formula in how we can help our young girls, women, so that they are not harassed. Because of poverty, this problem will be there. When women can't afford anything, and they feel how gives us thing from someone else, like a man, they end up into this problem. But we pray and we found when a team comes up like this and say no to sexual harassment, we are ready to help our people. And I pray that all the support that can be given in order to see that our people are sensitized, are helped, are trained, are taught, to see that we can prevent this within the community, that would be very great. As the mayor of Rubaka Division, my door is open to see that we sensitize up in Rubaka Division.